Okay, now that we have explored the Philippine Sustainability Reporting Committee and its goals, and specifically their principles and compliance, no, I would like to introduce no one of the things no that we can reach out to the San Beda University students, faculties, and members, and also to the public, no, which is the creation of the publication materials, or what we know PubMats, that have been created to bring this concept into life. Now, this material specifically uh, bridge the gap between the global goals and the teachings of Laudato Si and the standards set by the Philippine Sustainability Reporting Committee. So first, let's start with the as you can see on the screen. Okay, so this specific material commemorates the anniversary of the Pope Francis encyclical letter Laudato Si, which was formally released on May 24, 2015. So it features a message of hope, responsibility, reminding us that even with the smallest act of love for the earth and one another can a create a meaningful change for a future generation. So why this is important? The reason this format is so significant is that it connects our academic and professional efforts to a deeper and moral call for action. Because first is a call to care for a common home. What does it mean? It reminds us that sustainability isn't just about check boxes or reports, but rather it's about sincere responsibility to create, or to protect the planet and each other. Secondly, is integrating faith and action. For us, Bedans, no, it aligns our education in fields like accountancy or even medicine with the values of service and stewardship. Lastly, is encouraging small acts, which here it highlights that every individual effort counts, whether it's how we manage resources in business or how we care for patients in health. And those small acts contribute to a meaningful change as the Pope speaks out. By grounding our discussion, no, in the SDGs, in the wisdom of Laudato Si, we ensure that our approach to sustainability is both technically sound and deeply human.
Our first initiative is the Laudato Si PubMat, built on the idea that sustainability is a conversation we can no longer ignore. We led with the tagline, Ring Ring, the Earth is calling. How do we respond? To turn a global crisis into a personal Bedan call to action. In the College of Accountancy and Business, we know that every asset counts. This material challenges us to audit our daily habits from the plastics we refuse to the digital paths we choose. We're sending a clear message that true Bedan excellence isn't just about profit or grades. It's about ensuring that our small choices leave a lasting impact on the world we inherit. We are also tackling the human side of sustainability through our SDG PubMat, focusing on SDG 3 and 4. We know that the CAB final grind is really real, so we're calling it out with the tagline, Burnout ka na ba? Study smart, hindi study exhausted. This isn't just about passing finals. It's about preserving our greatest assets, ourselves. We are advocating for a lion strong culture where balance prevents burnout and mental health is treated as a prerequisite for quality education. By setting boundaries and prioritizing well being, we ensure that our journey towards becoming future professionals is fueled by passion, not just exhaustion.
So now let's proceed to the next publication material. This is one of the creations also that we've made in the Sustainable Development Goal, no, which it provides an overview about the current climate crisis, specifically focusing on the campaign Beat the Heat sa Tag-Init. So here it includes first is the Philippine Heat Index. So we highlighted here not the danger category, of what the Pag-asa warns us about the extreme temperatures that we are experiencing here in the Philippines, which is very timely and very relevant for us. That today in today's uh, world, it's already getting hotter as day goes by. And secondly, corresponding to that heat index is the health effects. Now, we've provided a detailed information on the health related illnesses that can cause no by the extreme heat, which is first is the sunburned skin, heat cramps, heat stroke. And here, as we show the effects of it, it is here to help people identify the physical signs of heat exhaustion. And also, there are practical safety measures that we've provided, which is a list of actions such as bringing a reusable tumbler to stay hydrated, keeping your cool environment cool, and wearing light clothing and conserving water. Now, the importance here uh, of this publication material is very important because it turns the broad concept of the climate change into a immediate life-saving information for our local community, specifically the Bedan community and those who are viewing it in social media. Because first is there is a public safety, and by breaking down these symptoms of related illnesses, it helps individuals to protect themselves and others during the extreme weather. And secondly, environmental responsibility. Why it links to individual health, to the health of the planet, and by encouraging the sustainable habits like reducing plastic waste and conserving water, which is directly support the sustainable development goals that we have shown earlier. Then lastly is awareness into action, which it moves beyond just stating that there is a crisis. And it gives every student, maybe a staff member, or maybe people who can see this as a practical, to make sure that we are always prepared at the checklist to follow with.
I will be discussing the infographic about the relevance of the Philippine Sustainability Reporting Committee or the PSRC. First, what is PSRC? The Philippine Sustainability Reporting Committee is a technical body created in 2022 under the Financial and Sustainability Reporting Standards Council. Its main role is to align sustainability reporting in the Philippines with global standards, particularly those from the International Sustainability Standards Board. In simple terms, PSRC ensures that companies in the Philippines report sustainability information in a way that is consistent, reliable, and globally comparable. Now, what does PSRC do? The committee issues guidance on sustainability reporting to help companies understand what and how to report. It also aligns Philippine standards with international frameworks such as IFRS 1 and 2. PSRC reviews both global and local proposals and works closely with regulators like the Securities and Exchange Commission or the SEC, Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, BSP, and the Insurance Commission to ensure consistency in rules. Now let's talk about mandatory reporting. PSRC supports the implementation of Securities and Exchange Commission Memorandum Circular Number 16, Series of 2025. Because of this, sustainability reporting is no longer optional. It is now required. This applies to publicly listed companies and large non-listed companies, making sustainability disclosures more standardized across major businesses. Moving on to the implementation timeline, the rollout follows a tiered approach. Large companies or Tier 1 begin in 2026. Mid-sized companies or Tier 2 follow in 2027. Lastly, Tier 3, which includes smaller listed and large private companies, will begin in 2028. This phased approach allows companies to gradually adapt the new requirements. As we can see, the coverage expands over time. In 2026, only a few companies are covered, but by 2028, a much larger group is required to report. This shows a steady increase in adoption of sustainability reporting in the country. Finally, why does it matter? PSRC improves transparency and accountability among companies. It helps investors make better and more informed decisions. It also supports sustainable economic growth and ensures that Philippine companies remain competitive in the global market. Overall, the PSRC plays a key role in bridging global sustainability standards and local business practices.
So, to close this discussion, let's face a hard truth. Sustainability isn't just a distant choice, it's our current chance at survival. And we aren't just saving the planet, we are to protect our own health, our shared dignity, and our collective future. In Laudato Si's encyclical letter by the late Father, Pope Francis leaves us with a powerful call to action. And he quoted, "The environment is a collective good, a patrimony of all humanity, and a responsibility of everyone." Here, he reminds us that even the smallest act of love for Earth can spark a massive wave of change. So, as we part ways, let me ask you this question: are your daily choices building a safety net for the weak or a steeper debt for the future? Do you see a danger on a weather map or a neighbor in need of protection? Or if you need, or if you don't lead, then who will? If we don't act, when will? The Sustainable Development Goals are more than just words on a screen. They're a promise we have to keep. And will you be the one to help fulfill it?